Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Next, we'll look at the second season of the Bleach anime with the Soul Society sneak entry arc. Sneaky.
Now these episodes center on Ichigo and his friends' journey to the Soul Society in order to save Rukia from her impending execution. They're going to save her from being killed by the people who claim they love her and they're her family.
Yeah, that's rather dark.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, be sure
and
to
his
like...
friends are Chad, Sato Chad, and another guy, I don't remember his name, and or Hime,
right,
and the Quincy or Rio.
Right. So before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Absolutely, and more seasons of Bleach.
Yes. So yes, it took us a while to finally, start this season, but I say it was very exciting.
Definitely.
Only thing we thought was going to happen is that the rescue is happening within this arc. We didn't know it was split into two arcs where they get in one arc, then they rescue one, or they leave a third arc.
They tricked us. You kept watching thinking, okay, this is going to be the episode they save her. This is going to be the episode they rescue her. This is going to be the episode they find her. Well, they did get there. They did find her, and then
that's
the next season.
Yeah, it's like to be continued. It's like, what? You just got there. You just got her. What are you talking about?
But you're absolutely right. It was full of action, and it was very exciting, and we got to meet a host of new characters. We got to see some characters we're already familiar with grow and improve their powers. We got to see some work together that didn't work as well before. It's just a really, really exciting and brilliant season. And most of all, we got to see Ichigo get trained some more by Uraha.
Yeah.
And we got to see him just constantly, his power, his power. They call it something else. Like when they feel it, they say
there's a spiritual pressure.
Yeah. His spiritual pressure is through the roof, and no matter how much he's challenged, no matter what happens, it gets stronger and stronger. He gets better and better, and you can see he's remembering the training and utilizing it. So yeah, this is really great.
Right. And you get mini flashbacks sort of when they go to the training, like when he's about to fight somebody for the nth time. Because he fights a lot of people in here. You know what I said? Make sure you don't fight anybody. And then the whole arc is him fighting like one person after another. He fights about 3, 4, 5 different people in this arc before it's over.
He fights more than 3, 4,
I meant a one-on-one.
Okay.
If you're talking about groups, then yeah, there's way more. And it's funny because they all get irritated. It's like, how many more people are in here?
and the thing that keeps making them surprised, I should say, or surprising them, is he keeps beating these Soul Reapers that are supposed to be more powerful, and of course they've been Soul Reapers longer, and they're like, how did he win? There's no way that he won. There's no way that he beat Ringe. There's no way that he beat this person. There's no way, and there's always way that he does it, and he wins, and he moves on to the next Soul Reaper. And everyone wants to challenge him, and the Soul Reapers talk too friggin' much. All they do is talk. Rukia is the only one we've seen that doesn't sit and talk about her prowess and what she's going to do to someone and how she's going to win and how awesome she is and you should be bowing to her. She's the only Soul Reaper we've met that doesn't do that.
Right?
All the others do.
She has the stuff done. She tells you what you need and she's done. Yeah.
But all these guys, it's like, after a while, you're like, would you please shut up and just get to fighting?
They got one guy in there who has to do a fancy lucky dance before he fights somebody. And he actually expects you to stand there and wait for him to finish before you fight. It's like, oh, this time I could have just left. He's like, how dare you interrupt my lucky dance? It's like, dude, you're taking way too long.
And he says, we both have Ichi in our name. So that, and all of a sudden, it's like he's met someone who he relates to and he respects.
Because you have Ichi in a name, I'm pretty sure it's 2 different names.
And he wouldn't even rat him out when it's Ichinaru. And he wouldn't even rat him out when they found him and they were trying to heal him. He's like, no, I never got his name. You're like, oh, he really felt a kinship because they have a similar part in their name. So
Right.
And another thing that was interesting is we got to find out the backstory of not only Renge but the relationship between he and Rukia.
Right.
And it was fun to see, and then it got bittersweet at the end. But now we understand why he was so upset when he came to the living world and she had lost her Soul Reaper powers, and we just thought he was being a jerk. But now we understand how he sees her, their familial relationship, you know, because them and the group were together, and he really is upset that her powers are gone, and now what they worked hard for to get out of where they were, kind of like Levi in Attack on Titan. You know, they had this group of kids who band together. They're from the lower part of town, so to speak, and they've experienced all these challenges and things together. So he's really upset that, as he said, everything you've worked for, you've lost. And then you see him in a different light. You're not going, he's a jerk anymore. You're like,
And but other than the arc that was going on, there was still even bits of comedy throughout the whole thing. Because every episode has one episode where they have the
that music, I love it.
And they're like, nobody fighting. All of a sudden, someone says something stupid, and then it goes back to being a comedy. And like, what are you doing, you idiot? And then it goes back to being serious after the music's over. There's even one episode they had that was completely filler, but it was a setup because all the things that happened after that episode from the arc gone was going to be deadly serious because of what happens with the Soul Reapers and the society. But they had a whole filler episode going back to the living world. And they show the situation with Ichigo's sisters, and the guy that always goes, "Mwahahaha."
Oh, I loved it. Yes.
Yes, they got their own little episode of the filler, and they're becoming superheroes. And when they protect the world from devastation and hollows.
Yes. That was a great episode. That was absolutely great. And he wants to be the leader.
Right, be leader Red.
The star of the show. And what's hilarious is, so does every one of these kids. They want to be the red
leader.
Yeah, the red leader. It's like, you're not the red leader. I'm the red leader. No, I'm the red leader. It's like everybody wants to be the star.
Right? Yes, with me, I will train you in your powers. It's like, oh, you got like your skills like this week. How are you gonna train them? But they still managed to do. Yeah, he actually did manage to defeat the Hollows with them.
You could see them, so he wasn't in the first season. You thought he was a crackpot, and then you learn he's not a crackpot. He actually can see them, and he knows about them. So in this one, you learn, as you say, we learn a little more about him and him gathering the team. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him in season 3. Because you know he's going to be back.
Right. Because it's a ball when he's on there.
We also see in this one, as I mentioned, you get to see some characters grow. We get to see Orihime start using her healing powers more and calling on the spirits that help her. And Rio, and I may be wrong, for those of you who have seen this entire series and know better, but to me it looks like Rio is falling for her.
Maybe.
That's what it looks like, the way he's staring at her and the way he's looking at her. And I need to correct, it's not Renge. Renge is an Oran High School Host Club. It's Renji. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, it looks like the Quincy is falling for Orihime. That's the way it looks to me. Ryu, not Rio. Rio is in Food Wars. Okay, Ryu. It looks like Ryu is falling for Orihime. That's the way it looks to me.
Yeah, it might be. Like I said, we're only on the 3rd arc, and we know the manga is like light years ahead because we know there's still there's like 12 seasons altogether of this show. So yeah, who knows?
And it's interesting how they take you through these different levels on their way to getting to the Soul Society and where they are. And I don't remember her name, but the woman who's a badass, and her brother is she's the one who trains and knows how to get them there without being stopped. You know, they're already. She shoots them like out of a cannon.
It's like a rocket.
Right. And she's pretty badass. But her brother, you think that he's really a goofball, but you learn that not only is he still wanting to avenge their brother that was killed by one of the Soul Reapers, but also he's learning and training to do more and be more.
Right.
So you learn to have more respect for his character as the season goes on. And then we knew that Rukia was the one who killed his brother because, of course, they show her outline.
Yeah, it was easy to recognize.
And then he gets there and he sees her and it's like, oh, crap.
Right. I mean, also happened with Chad Sato Chad. You get his you get his backstory a little bit on why he still doesn't know why he has this huge power in his arm, but you get a little bit more backstory of how he met Ichigo and how he became the character he is now. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, you also got to mention about the cat Yoriichi, who you yes. And then you see it now. I get why when Sean make the clips, when he casted me as the character, I was like, well, what is this? Well, when we saw the cat, you're thinking the cat was male, but then when it transforms, it's actually a female.
I love her. I like her. So she's like, I like this character. I really like her. Oh my gosh. I think I love her as much as Orihime. Yes, I do. So I can't wait to see more of her character in season 3 as well.
Yes.
And also, another thing we need to mention.
Wait, hold on. Where is it?
About Chad, who's not Chad, but he's really Sato.
Yeah.
And he finally tells him, my name's not Chad. My name's Sato.
Is it?
Like, all this time we're calling him Chad.
Right, and it's well, Chad, Sato, same thing. It's like, no, it's not.
And we get to see him grow as well, as you were talking about the strength in his arm.
Right.
Danju is the other woman's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Sato is the friend who looks like he has been out of high school for decades, and he will not give up on Ichigo because he said Ichigo saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
So you see him staying up against one of these Soul Reapers is very powerful, and the Soul Reaper doesn't want to kill him. He doesn't want to even fight with him, and he keeps trying to tell him, just walk away. I'm going to give you a chance again. Just walk away. He keeps telling him, walk away. Don't do it. Don't do it. But he's like, no, he didn't give up on me. He's depending on me, and I'm going to do it. And then you see him with this one strike. Chad is on the ground. Then he's surrounded by blood, and you think he's dead, but then you suddenly see his little flame, his soul flame.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, oh, good, because it's weird. Because I thought I had seen his picture on other seasons, so now we know that Chad is not gone. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bring him back.
Right. And I think I mentioned that when they had at the beginning of the arc, they actually showed some of the characters they had in season 1, like once they all passed on to the other side. Like they saw the little boy again who was strapped in the body of a bird.
Cockatoo, right?
Yeah, and some other characters in there, and that was actually neat seeing that they hadn't forgotten about them, and they had this with the society. It was like almost like another part of Earth. If you think about the way they were living and stuff, you almost wouldn't know the difference between that and Earth.
Definitely. And looks like there's an endless supply of Soul Reapers. And then you've got the captains over the ones who have lower rank, and you've got some captains that are pretty full of themselves. And then you've got that snake captain. I mean, that's what I'm going to call him because his face looks like a snake.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the white hair, right? So.
And then you learn that, as you said, it's like just like on Earth, he is just understood that he murdered another captain. You don't know why he murdered him. You know that there was bad blood between them. Mm-hmm. You knew that neither of them liked the other, and he suddenly not only murders him but rips out his soul chain, And what else is he ripped out his soul chain,
ripped in half,
ripped out his heart.
Yeah, and there was like no way
there was no way he could be revived.
Right, I was like, oh, okay, I wanted him gone.
And he keeps smiling with that snake smile, and I can't wait till they get him I can't wait until he's taken out of here. I just want him gone, because even before that happened, it was like, you know, this is a bad character. You know this is a bad character. He's just, ugh.
Yeah. And he even had, I mentioned the lieutenant.
Aizen is the one he assassinated.
Yeah. And especially when they had Aizen's lieutenant, she was about to take him out.
Right, his lieutenant.
Yeah. Right. And they all have lieutenants, and it seems like they have this thing where, I guess they're sort of like the apprentice, the way they have the apprentice or the protege. So, that's definitely going to be something crazy. They're gonna have season 3, and it's probably gonna get crazier each season because it was on for a long time.
And it's really gonna be interesting to see how they finally rescue her. So we've given away some spoilers if you haven't seen Bleach. Sorry, we're not giving away all of them, so we're probably gonna stop now before we tell you too much. But if you have not seen Bleach as yet, Phoenix recommended it to us. You definitely, absolutely need to watch this anime. It is fantastic. If you have, it's on Netflix. All the seasons that are available are on Netflix, plus the movies, including the live action. And if you have already seen this show, let us know what you think in the comments below. Explain some stuff to us if you want. Let us know who your favorite Soul Reapers were from this season. And also we need to mention at the end of every episode they would give you hints, so if you read the manga you were to guess which captain they were going to be talking about.
It was like a little game,
and it was he wasn't a hollow, it was the soul that he put in the teddy bear, and he's like the DJ. And at first he talks, someone voices him, and then suddenly I guess they didn't want to pay for the voiceover, so then he gets silent and you just see him bopping around and you have to read it yourself. But that's a real fun part of the episode. So anyway, let us know what you think in the comments below,
and be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and more Paws videos
and more seasons of Bleach.
Yep. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Atsuka Entertainment,
and I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
Flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the form of a locket.